To kick us off tonight, we have a poll in the chat at the minute, and we're just asking, do you think that Mohamed Salah will play for Liverpool again after the Brighton and Hove Albion game? I really don't know where this situation leads to. We all want everything to be amicable. We all want, the Reds to get back to winning ways and everyone to be happy, but I really don't know how this one pans out or plays out, so I'm interested to know exactly what you guys are thinking. Nick Kingdom said, not because of what he said, it was a done deal anyway. He's going to Saudi Pro League and will personally benefit and eclipse FSG's asking price. So there was something I mentioned in the video earlier on, a take from Henry Winter that, a lot of it's sensible, but some of it I just strongly disagree with. And I want to read out what Henry Winter said and tell you where I am with it. So Henry writes, and look, an outstanding journalist, Henry Winter, he writes, hard to see how Mo Salah can stay at Liverpool. January break, best for all concerned. One of Liverpool's greatest ever players is frustrated and the realisation that he's not a starter under Arne Slot. His form doesn't warrant a place. His work out of possession doesn't warrant a place. And he's 33. Liverpool rightly back their head coach. The alternative is anarchy. Now, I want to just stop there for a second because that is the only play here. Even if you are Mohamed Salah's biggest fan, the only play for a football club is to back the manager in these situations. Whatever we think of Slot or anything else, that is the right decision. That is the right way to go for the club. Henry goes on to say, it makes sense if Salah gets a farewell against Brighton. Salute to a club legend. He does a moving parting message via the club media, reflecting on what the club has done for him as well as what he for them. Liverpool always in his heart, etc. Plays the AFCON, goes to Saudi in January, good salary, good preparation for the World Cup, not too taxing. Liverpool not in a strong position over a fee. How much competition amongst potential suitors will there be because of his wages? Obvious breakdown in his relationship with the club. But this is where I strongly disagree with Henry. He said even a £10 million fee gets his reported salary back since August, and Liverpool will save £30 million on the remaining 18 months of his contract, plus the potential dividend the new boy settling in quicker without Salah's large shadow. He has to go, but it should be done respectfully. Salah's phenomenal deeds are in Liverpool history books, but every chapter comes to an end. So the part that I would disagree with Mr. Winter on there is, Liverpool aren't in a weak position to negotiate a fee. Not by any stretch, not in my mind anyway. Because if Mohamed Salah wants out, and if Saudi want him, then Liverpool are going to have a number. And if that number isn't met, I'm sure that it will publicly say they're happy to keep him. We shouldn't be taking paltry amounts of money just to get Salah's wages off the books. If anybody wants to buy Salah, I'm sure, I don't know what the number is, but I'm sure there is a number. And it will help the club financially going forward if he's moved on. There's no denying that. But it all just feels a little bit strange. I thought Stephen Gerrard spoke pretty well on it, actually. I've seen a clip of a round table on TNT Sports that he was doing with the likes of McManaman and stuff. And this is some of what Stephen Gerrard had to say. He's obviously really upset he's not playing, which I respect. He wants to help the team, which I respect. A couple of lines about throwing people under the bus. Wrong. He needs to deal that with the manager. At the end of the day, Liverpool Football Club need Mo Salah back playing well, back scoring goals, because he is the best player, best scorer, and he'll help them get out of this. And I don't disagree with Stevie on that. Some of the stuff Mo said, is out of frustration. But he does need to apologise to the manager. Whatever way it is, he has to. There is no way back if he doesn't apologise to the manager. Because whatever way we think about this, he did speak out of turn. He did speak out of class. And, we can say that he did it out of frustration, and that's okay. It happens. Gerrard gave a good example of the Luis Suarez situation. So every relationship between a football club, a player and a manager, it's salvageable on one condition, that people drop their egos. That's important in this. Everybody has to have a bit of humility here if the desire really is to reintegrate Mo back in. And that's what I hope for as a fan, but I don't think it's what's going to happen. So for me, I do think Salah moves on and Brighton will potentially be his last game for us. But I do hope it's done respectfully on all sides, because it will break my heart and it will break many Liverpool fans' hearts if this relationship ends up with a negative outcome. It shouldn't be that way. Not for somebody that served the club as well. Hartley here. Once again, you've just proved why I get so annoyed with people. So you've come and said, not one Liverpool fan here. Going against You'll Never Walk Alone makes me sick that people, traitors, and turn their back on him. Mate, people have an opinion. People have an opinion, and nobody's turned their back on him. Liverpool fans didn't come out with the statement. Liverpool fans haven't done anything other than be supportive to everybody. So for you to come in to call people traitors, you're just another arsehole. You've offered nothing by way of an objective opinion. You're just another dickhead that wants to come in to shit all over people. And quite frankly, I'm getting bored of you and these type of people coming in. You aren't better than me. You aren't better than others, nor are we better than you. So stop thinking that you get to speak as the moral authority for Liverpool fans all around the world. Everybody has a different take on it. And if you were a Liverpool fan, really, you'd want the situation resolved. Not to pick a side, draw the line, and just be bitter about it. There is only one side in this. The football club. Liverpool Football Club. It's bigger than anyone. Salah or Salah. And what's best for the football club should always be what comes first. Simple as that. And that is it. All of our lives, we're going to see players come and go. We're going to love them. We're going to miss them. We're going to feel frustrated. But ultimately, the health of the football club, the reputation of the football club, is the most important thing. And nobody can be seen to be undermining that. It's that simple. Like. Stew said, Salah spoke against the club, not Slot. Slot is only 6 months into a project where the aim is to sign players for nearly every position. Look, let's be fair about it, Stew. He did speak about the manager. He might not have used the name Slot, but when he's talking about being dropped and others not being held to account and stuff, I think it's fair to say that he is speaking against the manager. But there was a lot of stuff that Mohamed Salah didn't say that I think would need clarification. So what promises were made? What promises have been broken? Like I keep trying to say, there isn't a winner in this. There isn't a winner because the club doesn't come across smelling the roses here, and I don't like our club being in this position. Dare I say it, nobody does. None of us want this. None of us want in-house infighting. We just want the team to be successful on the pitch. Who would you take as a manager at the Mo? There's probably 5-6 names that I would at least think have some sensibility to it, but each and every one still has a drawback. Like, I couldn't say that there's anybody jumping off the page to me right now as the obvious standout candidate if Arnold was to lose his job. And what makes me laugh is, and this isn't aimed at you, the amount of people who say to me, but you said you wanted Slot sacked, and now you're celebrating a win. Of course I'm celebrating a win. I'm a Liverpool fan. I want the team to win. I'll never want a negative result to force someone out. I'm delighted we won. And I'll always will be. Because my own opinion of what I like and don't like, the football club results comes above all of that.